Hello, everyone. Today we are talking about a huge topic, pregnancy versus career, or biological clock versus the career clock. And we know what that means for a woman. I'm joined today by some experts, some non experts. So we have Dr. Saida Wasim, who's a fertility and IVF consultant and reproductive medicine specialist. We have Miss Leena Vikram, an author and co-founder of Marcom18.com and a tarot healer. Fahur Mufti, she's a physiotherapist, but currently she's a full-time mom. Devrati Roy, who's a software engineer. So welcome to you all and thank you for joining us. There is definitely a conflict that all of us as women have faced in our lives where we were told to either focus on our career or focus on our family lives. So we will be just sharing each other's experience and coming to a conclusion. There is no right way or wrong way. A woman knows what is best for her. So I'll begin the discussion with my story. I was a part of the corporate world. I was working with one of the largest banks in the country. Very career driven, focusing on my career. The idea of marriage did not appeal to me at all till the time somebody told me that, do you want to be a mother? If yes, this is the time for you to get married. And that made me realize that yes, there is a biological clock for women which needs to be paid attention to. After a few months of married life, I got an offer from a foreign bank, a multinational bank. Fantastic package. I cleared all the rounds of interview. And my last meeting was with the country head. I met him. The meeting was very good. In the end, when we stood up, he told me, welcome to the team. And unofficially he said, we really need you to contribute. Kuch saal tak pregnant mat hona, please. And that was the time I realized that yes, there is a conflict. There is a conflict between pregnancy and career, and we have to face it. But being pregnant is a part of a life. So now the question is, women are in charge of everything these days, but are they in charge of their fertility? So I'll open this discussion with the expert view. So Dr. Saida, please throw some light on this statement.
Well, it's actually a very difficult question on an emotional front, what's right or what's wrong. And it's just not about the emotional front. Yes, the maternal instinct is one of the basic instinct and everyone wants to get through it. The one who are not being able, to get it, they are coming to us. And believe me, it's actually a very difficult decision for career women. But if you ask me about our biological aging, or you ask me, does it exist? So yes, it definitely exists. There's been lots of hue and cry about it, and no matter what you say, if you ask me, very scientific in a nutshell, the female reproductive aging begins the moment a girl is born. All the girls, irrespective of what they have been given with a certain egg endowment. Now that eggs will be utilized in a lifetime, and it will be utilized unlike men who can have their spermatogenesis all through their lifetime, and at least till 50, 55, they can father children, right? There will be some genetic abnormalities, but they will be able to. That's the fact. That's a harsh reality. And as far as the females are concerned, so now you understand that egg endowment has been given like a balance in the bank. Now it will be utilized. So 24, 25, so many studies have been done. 24, 25 has been considered the best age to conceive. The egg decline, the quality in the eggs, it starts just at that age. So 25 is a fairly, very young age. And at 30, 35, 37, 40. Now, these are where the steep decline occurs, and the patients or the females, they end up being infertile if they're not being able to get pregnant. And to some extent, we Asians are a bit more disadvantaged because our decline is 10 years earlier. So our 30 is a Caucasian 20. Oh, yes, That's a harsh reality. But the Western world has come up to this thing of egg freezing. There are so many good companies now, like Apple, Facebook. No, they are giving all the incentive for women to go for the freezing. So these are the things, and it is not feasible for everyone. And this is just a crux, or this is just something which is there scientifically for females, but there are patients now. I'm seeing patients at the age of 28, they are coming to me, and with just two follicles, just two eggs, and it's a heartbreak for them to get to see and listen to this diagnosis that okay, either they can have an IVF, or they may never have a offspring of their own. In fact, government has put lots and lots of thing into even about the donor eggs. Well, I'm getting into a lot into medicine, but this is the fact that Hina has rightly quoted that yes, the biological aging, this clock does exist. And no matter what we do, somehow we have to juggle between these two things. Somehow we have to make our choices. Somehow our spouses have to be very strong and support us. The family should stood up. If you want a working woman, if you want a career-driven, successful woman, who should be performing at all the sector, yes, the other members of the house should step up. But this is the fact. Nobody can deny that reproductive aging does exist.
Yes. Thanks, Saida, for highlighting that there is a conflict. Because when you are at the peak of your career, that is the time when you are at the peak of conceiving phase
Yes,
also.
yes, agreed.
So let's go to Debrati now. And Debrati, would you like to share any conflict that you faced regarding this?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, thank you, Hina. Thank you, Dr. Saida. First of all, a very special thank you to Hina that you gave me this opportunity. So, frankly speaking, I'm going through this. Yeah, I am an electronics engineer by profession, and I'm a highly career driven, and I've been very ambitious right from the beginning. After I finished off my BTech, I went for my MTech. And right from the campus, I got placed into Wipro. So it has been a journey of around 10 years. Right now, I work as a consultant with Citibank into Wipro. As she mentioned, as Dr. Saida, she mentioned that 25, 26 is the age. So 25, 26, when I was in that age, I was highly busy with my master's and then with my new job. Yes, I have compromised a lot on my personal life. By the time I got married, I was 30. So it is going to be four years of my marriage. So I'm around 34 now. Yes, I'm financially independent. I have my own house and everything. But right now, I'm struggling with this. I'll be very honest. And my treatments are going on again. So, yeah, at times now I do regret that I should have decided for my marriage when I was around into my 20s. My mother, she insisted I should get married because of these things only, of course. But yeah, I do come from a family where the education for the women are being preferred more. Even yeah, so that is the reason I was so driven with my career. Recently I have been preparing for GMAT and all, or I was looking to settle in abroad, so till now I have been running after my career only. And a couple of months back I started with my fertility treatment. So yes, I have compromised on one part, but yeah, on one another part, when I look back, yes, of course, that is one of the biggest part a women can have, a child. But yes, now into 21st century, what I understand, our society, it is still quite kind of male dominating. That is again true. So it will take some time for this society to be changed. But for a woman to be a career oriented or financially independent, that gives another perspective as well. Like she has her own opinion, she can manage everything well. And probably having kids or having the family, she can manage in a better way if she is very independent. So for all these things, if I see into myself, yes, not only in my financial independence or having a home into Delhi NCR, apart from this career has made me a very strong, very independent person, because of which I can take care of everything. So yes, I have compromised on one part, but I don't regret much into the another part. And but there are multiple other ways also. IVF is there or surrogacy is there. If all this doesn't work, then adoption is also there. So yes, I have made myself that open that if it doesn't work in that way, then probably I'll go with other options that are there with me. And I mean, I will always suggest people that they should really focus on their career, and women should really focus on their career, so that they become independent into their financial terms, as well as they have their own. That strong point is there, they can live their life with self respect. That is what my understanding is. Yeah, over to you, Hina.
Yes. So, very well said, Debrati. This is a very important point that in the end, we
Yeah,
need to be financially independent. We also,
independent.
we study so hard. We achieve degrees, we qualify exams, and then we work
Yeah,
hard for our careers. So, yes, we can't.
yes,
But then again, the question comes: a woman can't have it all. Somewhere she is
correct.
compromising. So, let's go to
So
Fahud.
yes.
Thank you so much for having me here. I'm a physiotherapist by profession. And when I got married, actually, my husband is a journalist. When I came into his house, so no one else was there. Actually, me and my husband were there. So question came when I conceived, and that time I was in job. I was in my profession. So when I conceived, so it was like कि continue करना है job या नहीं करना है. So I chose not to continue it because I give preference to be a good mother rather than to be in a job, to be
डिसीजन लिया कि भाई अभी मैं फिलहाल अपना करियर नहीं कंटिन्यू करूंगी, क्योंकि मैं प्रेग्नेंट हूँ, मुझे अपना ध्यान रखना है, अपने होने वाले बच्चे का ध्यान रखना है। एंड क्योंकि तुम एक डॉक्टर हो, मेडिकल बैकग्राउंड से हो, तुम्हें पता है कि भाई प्रेगनेंसी के टाइम कभी मॉर्निंग सिकनेस होती है, कभी बैक पेन होता है, तो तुम कैसे किसी और पेशेंट की जाके फिजियोथेरेपी करोगी व्हेन यू आर नॉट फीलिंग 100%? Whether you should focus on your career, because you're not doing justice there also and here also. So that is the point.
एक्चुअली क्या हुआ, जब शादी हुई मेरी तो ये हुआ कि भाई आप न्यूक्लियर फैमिली में हो, आपके इन लॉज नहीं है, इट्स ओनली यू एंड योर हस्बैंड इन द होम. तो ये मुझे चूज करना था ऑब्वियसली. हाँ, जब मैंने कंसीव किया एंड इट वाज माय फर्स्ट किड, तो एंड व्हेन आई गॉट द बेबी इन द लैब, दैट टाइम आई हैड टू डिसाइड कि मुझे 1 महीने या 2 महीने ज्यादा से ज्यादा मिल सकते थे छुट्टी के. तो आई डिसाइडेड टू क्विट द जॉब, क्योंकि बहुतों ने कहा, इवन माय मदर वाज द वन, कि नहीं तुम क्विट मत करो, तुम जॉब कंटिन्यू करो, इट इज अ वेरी गुड हॉस्पिटल और तुम्हें फिर ऐसी जॉब नहीं मिलेगी. लेकिन मुझे ऐसा लगा कि दिल्ली में रहते हुए आप अपने बच्चे को मेड पे नहीं छोड़ सकते. आपके इन-लॉज आपके साथ नहीं है, आपके पेरेंट्स आपके आसपास नहीं रहते, तो आपको बच्चे को किस पे छोड़ना है? आपको कुछ तो डिसाइड करना है. और दूसरी चीज ये भी रही कहीं ना कहीं मेरे दिल में कि यार अगर मैं छोड़ भी देती हूँ, सपोज कि बाय चांस मुझे बहुत अच्छी मेड मिल जाती है और या किसी उसमें मैं छोड़ देती हूँ बच्चे को, लेकिन मैं वो चीजें मिस करूंगी जो बच्चे को अपना बड़ा होते हुए देखना, उसको फीड कराना उसको. और सेकंड चीज जो मेरे दिमाग में रही कि जब मैं हॉस्पिटल जाऊंगी, वहां मैं पेशेंट को देख रही हूँ और मेरा आधा दिमाग मेरा इसमें लगा हुआ है कि मेरा बच्चा क्या कर रहा होगा. तो वो साइड बाय साइड पैरेलली वो दोनों चीजें नहीं जा सकती. कहीं ना कहीं मैं उस पेशेंट के साथ भी मतलब न्याय नहीं कर रही. इट इज नॉट गुड. मैं अपने प्रोफेशन के साथ अदल नहीं कर रही. तो फिर मैंने उस टाइम डिसाइड किया कि नहीं, आई शुड गो इट. क्योंकि अच्छा, थर्ड थिंग, वन मोर थिंग, मेरी बॉडी भी उस चीज को नहीं वो करती कि भाई मैं यहाँ का भी संभालूं. क्योंकि वापस आके, जैसा कि मैंने बोला, मेरे हस्बैंड जर्नलिस्ट है. जर्नलिस्ट यू नो कि इनका कोई वो नहीं होता, टाइमिंग नहीं होती. कभी कभी रात को भी इनको रिपोर्टिंग के लिए जाना पड़ता है. तो ये कैसे पॉसिबल था कि मैं वापस आके घर भी देखूं. फिर आना जाना लगा रहता है घरों में. आपको पता है इंडियन फैमिलीज व्हाट दे आर लाइक. इट्स नॉट लाइक कि बाहर की तरह नहीं है कि आप अकेले रह रहे हो, कोई आपको डिस्टर्ब नहीं करेगा. एवरी नाउ एंड देन गेस्ट्स आर कमिंग, तो उनको भी आपको प्लीज करना है. उनको भी दे एक्सपेक्ट कि नहीं बहू हमें टाइम दे, फिर जो भी आए हमें टाइम मिले. तो वो चीज मैंने सोचा मैं अपने ऊपर क्यों ला दूं ये सब चीजें. अगर मैं एक मदरहुड को मैं क्यों ना एंजॉय करूं, फिर एक ही चीज को एंजॉय करूं, उसी से संतुष्ट रहूं, एक अच्छी वो रहूं. आई एम हैप्पी. मुझे ऐसा कोई वो नहीं है कि मुझे कोई रिग्रेट है कि मैंने जॉब क्यों छोड़ी या मैंने पढ़ा। कई लोग कहते हैं, कई लोगों ने मुझसे क्वेश्चन पूछा कि भाई आप अपनी बेटियों को क्यों पढ़ा रहे हो, इतने अच्छे स्कूल में पढ़ा रहे हो, वो भी तो यही करेंगी, किचन का काम करेंगी, घर संभालेंगी। लेकिन देखिए, अच्छी एजुकेशन एक बर्थ राइट होता है ना। आप ये सोच के कि नहीं उनको किचन का काम करना है या घर में बैठना है, उसको आप रोक नहीं सकते उस अच्छी एजुकेशन को देने से। तो वो उनका एक फंडामेंटल राइट है, वो आपको देना है। तीसरी चीज आपको ये है कि अगर खुदा न खास्ता कभी जिंदगी में ऐसे चीजें आ जाती हैं कि जहां आपको निकलना पड़ता है, कोई किसी की मजबूरी है, ऐसा नहीं है कि हर फीमेल एक उसके लिए निकलती है कि नहीं उसको एक लैविश लाइफ या अपने आप को, कई औरतें ऐसी भी हैं जो मजबूरी में भी जॉब कर रही हैं। तो उसके लिए भी तो हमें ये होना पड़ता है ना अपने आप को। मतलब ऐसा तो है नहीं अगर मैं कोई औरत बिल्कुल उसको कुछ आता ही नहीं है, किसी प्रोफेशन में नहीं है, पढ़ी लिखी नहीं है, तो कल को उसको जरूरत पड़े तो वो क्या करे, भाई उसके लिए भी रेडी है। लेकिन मेरे हिसाब से बेहतर जो मैंने समझा, मैंने ये समझा कि नहीं पहले मैं अपने बच्चों को देखूं, अपना घर देखूं और अपनी सेहत देखूं। सबसे बड़ी बात यह है कि अपने आप को, अपनी सिर्फ फिजिकल ही बात नहीं है, मेंटल भी। मेंटल जो हमारा एक स्टेटस होता है जब आप बाहर जाते हो, फिर वो जो चलता रहता है ना कि घर जॉब, तो उसमें आपका बैलेंस बिगड़ जाता है दिमाग का। कहीं ना कहीं आप एंजाइटी के शिकार हो जाते हो बहुत। भाई आप बाहर भी जा रहे हो, आप 1 लाख 2 लाख रुपए महीना कमा भी रहे हो, आपका घर बहुत अच्छा चल रहा है, लग्जरी लाइफ है, लेकिन फिर भी एंजाइटी हो रही है, फिर भी डिप्रेशन हो रहा है। वाई? पहले तो इतना कॉमन नहीं था, अब क्यों इतना कॉमन है? रीजन इज कि एक होड़ है पैसा कमाने की भी, कि नहीं, और अपने आप को साबित करने की। अरे साबित आप मदरहुड में करो ना, साबित आप अपने घर को भी, अगर आप बहुत अच्छे से, मैं आपको एक बात बताऊं, सारी लेडीज नहीं मैनेज कर सकती घर भी। घर मैनेज करना सबसे मुश्किल काम है, बहुत ही मुश्किल काम है, बच्चों को मैनेज करना, घर मैनेज करना। तो कुछ लेडीज, शायद मैंने कई लेडीज से मैं मिली हूँ जो कहते हैं अरे यार हम तो घर के झंझटों से, भाई मेड है जो भी है देख लेंगे, बस वापस आके घर हमें मिलता है, हम तो वहीं पे जाके आराम करते। तो आप भी तो वहां से भाग रहे हो ना उस चीज से।
Yes.
तो
So,
मैं उसी चीज को मैनेज कर रही हूँ।
yes. So, डॉक्टर सईदा, जस्ट लाइक फहूर मेंशन कि भाई फिजिकली भी तो एक औरत की बॉडी इतनी वो नहीं होती है फिट कि वो वापस इधर डिलीवरी हुई और 1 महीने बाद वापस जॉब ज्वाइन कर ले. So even during the 9 months of pregnancy, the body of a woman, we can't say it's like 100%. कभी कभी morning sickness है, कभी back pain है. So again, what do you say about that? How much can a woman exert herself towards this?
Look, as a gynecologist, I would say that everyone is different, right? You know, everyone is different. Some people do have excessive nausea, vomiting. Some people does have the some other medical ailments. But what I feel, and this is actually, I'm talking about actually what research has said, that women's body is also very hardy. Also, you see, there are so many laborers. They are carrying baby and just working on field, just working on farm.
Absolutely.
But that doesn't mean that everybody can do like that. If you ask me, yes, I can do a 24 hours duty in a labor room, but yes, I cannot stand in a farm. So hardy is one thing, yes. And as you said, there are patients or there are females, yes, their pregnancy are really, really very critical. They need to have bed rest. Sometimes there are so many comorbid conditions, and sometimes there are so many obstetric indications which force them to be on bed, right? So as Fahur rightly said, not everyone can take all type of stress. Now you really have to be very driven to go for it and leave apart. I'm talking about, I'm not here to, bash anyone, but as that person told you, to not to get pregnant, even in medical colleges, even in the department of gynecology, when a gynecologist is pregnant, people see it with, raised eyes. And it's a pan-India phenomenon. It is just not in UP or in North India, even in South India, but now, but say that I'm not working. Yes, our parents have worked very hard on us. We have worked very hard on us ourselves. The society needs to be sensitized about it. And there's a lot of sensitization which is going on. And one thing is for sure, if one female will support the other one, that thinks this is the only way that the society can move in a progressive way, be it home, be it workplace. Now so many rules have come that one has to give 6 month paid maternity leave to the female. Now even corporate houses are given 6 month paid maternity leave. Yes, the first 6 months to our baby is very important. Now when we are ourselves telling that for 6 months go for exclusive breastfeeding, we cannot separate a female and a baby. But that doesn't mean that if a work, but that doesn't mean that a woman is there for 6 months at home, so she has to be bound for lifetime. That also doesn't come.
So, Saida, your point reminded me of Serena Williams. You know, she was 20 weeks pregnant when she won the 23rd Grand Slam title. Yes. So absolutely right. It depends on woman to woman how much she can take physical pressure. But then again, the story comes back to the career conflict. So now I'd like to bring Lena into the conversation. Thank you, Lena, for waiting patiently through this. Please throw some light. What are your opinions on this?
Thank you so much for having me here. Basically, my life is like mix of everybody here. And there are so many amazing ladies. You know, I am like always inclined to how women are leading their lives with balance. And it is really a pressure and it is really a skill, I would say. Balance is not impossible. I've gone through almost all these things. I got married around when I was just 21. So I had my first child when I was 23. And second child when I was 25. Though I was very ambitious, very, I just wanted to just, touch the sky. I had so many dreams. And even now I am like so much ambitious that I just cannot live without my dreams. And I have actually started working on my dreams right now. So my purpose for telling you all this was like, since biological clock is important, it was not my age to consider that part of the biological clock since I was very young. But I realized that this has been very positive. The initial years when I got married, that was really very, challenging for me with babies. And, and there was just gap of 2 years. So it was really very challenging. But, say like God was with me all the time. And since I have this hobby of writing, I started with writing articles and all. Of course, I have seen problems. I have been ups and downs of my life, and I was, basically, my first child was preterm. She was 7th month born, so I had these part of problems as well. But what I realized is like when I first focused on having been shaping their personality since first 4 to 5, in fact till 7 years, the age of the child is very much important. We are actually able to instill the values that we are supposed to do that. So I'm so happy that actually I was able to work on their mindsets, and now they are teenagers, and now I am like very much relieved. And now I have just full freedom to work on myself. I am not tensed about biological issues. I'm not tensed about like whether, and I'm just 36, so I have enough time to work on my career. I have enough time to work on everything that I want. Even though I have had all my parts of difficulties in my life, तो ऐसा नहीं है कि सबके साथ easy life हो जाती है. We all are women, but at the same time we are having this strength in ourselves. Like problems are part and parcel of our life. तो अगर हम ये mindset में लेके चलें, अगर हमें ये चीज हमें एक mind में हम लेके चलें कि ये तो होना ही है, तो you will mold your mindset accordingly. फिर आपके सामने जो भी आता है ना, तो आप उन चीजों को handle कर लोगे. तो ऐसा ना कि आई एम जस्ट वेरी मच रेजोनेटिंग विद फहूर's point what she said कि प्रैक्टिकली पॉसिबल नहीं है कि हम ना छोटे छोटे बच्चों को ना मेड के हवाले कर लें एंड हम ना उसके बाद हम जस्ट आराम से चैन से कोई और अपना दूसरा काम कर ले. दैट इज रियली नॉट पॉसिबल. ये मेरे साथ भी पॉसिबल नहीं था. बट व्हाट आई डिड वाज लाइक आई स्टार्टेड विद माय राइटिंग करियर. And when kids were very small, they were like beside me. I was just helping them with everything. At the same time, I used to get just 2 to 3 hours in a day when husband was away at the work and kids were just sleeping, and I had this time for myself now. So I utilized that time towards my career thing. And since I am also a tarot consultant, I have women coming from all backgrounds, and I see like women are facing this balancing issue a lot. So it's just your viewpoint. आप किस चीज को कितना इंपॉर्टेंस देते हो। अगर आप सिर्फ इसी प्रॉब्लम को इंपॉर्टेंस दोगे ना कि हम बैलेंस नहीं कर पा रहे, हम बैलेंस नहीं कर पा रहे, इश्यूज है, वो प्रॉब्लम बड़ा हो जाएगा। लेकिन अगर हमारे साथ दूसरी चीजें हैं, अगर आप सिर्फ इस चीज पे फोकस रखोगे दैट यस आई एम एबल टू बैलेंस। मैं सबसे पहले एक चीज आप लोगों को बता दूं कि हम जो मल्टीटास्किंग बोलते हैं ना, वो मिथ है। हम एक टाइम पे 10 चीजें नहीं कर सकते हैं।
नहीं
आप
कर
बोलो
सकते।
मैं ना बच्चे को भी ना हेल्प कर दूं, मैं साथ में खाना भी बना लूं, मैं प्रोफेशनली भी चीजों को कर लूं, मैं घर पे सबको सेटल भी कर लूं। तो अगर आप ये अपने माइंड में ले आओगे, वंस यू हैव दिस इन योर माइंड दैट एवरीथिंग इज नॉट पॉसिबल, यू कैन नॉट मेक एवरीबडी हैप्पी एंड यू कैन नॉट बी परफेक्ट इन एवरीथिंग। जिस दिन आप ये चीज समझ जाओगे, आपके अंदर से जो एक शिकायत है, एक बैलेंसिंग वाली प्रॉब्लम है, दैट विल जस्ट गो अवे।
सही कहा।
तो
अ,
या टेल मी।
देखिए मैं क्या कहना चाह रही हूँ एक्चुअली लीना, बैलेंसिंग जहाँ पे दो ऐसी चीजों के बीच में आ जाती है ना, एक सवाल आता है प्रेगनेंसी का, जो कि टॉपिक था आज के उससे तो प्रेगनेंसी के बाद, उसके बाद बच्चे या आपकी सेहत और आपका करियर, वो उसके बीच की बात हो रही थी। तो वहां पे मैं जो प्रेफरेंस देती हूँ बीइंग प्रेग्नेंट, मैं उसको प्रेफर करूंगी।
मैंने
या
भी उसी को प्रेफरेंस दिया,
हाँ,
मैंने भी उसी चीज।
मैं ये ऐड करना चाहती हूँ, जैसे लीना आपने बिल्कुल ठीक कहा कि मल्टीटास्किंग इज अ मिथ। तो हाउ कैन यू एक्सपेक्ट अ वुमन टू मल्टीटास्क कि भाई प्रेग्नेंट भी रहो और वहां पे तुम अपने ऑफिस
हाँ एग्जैक्टली,
अटेंड करो, तुम
हाँ
प्रेजेंटेशंस भी दो। सो यस, कहीं ना कहीं एक चीज पे आप जस्टिस नहीं कर पाओगे।
कर ही नहीं सकती, कोई भी नहीं कर सकता। अच्छा, मैंने बार बार यही कह रही हूँ कि ये सिर्फ हमारा जिस्म नहीं है, हमारा दिमाग भी इन्वॉल्व होता है। जब आपका मतलब प्रेगनेंसी का दौर चल रहा होता है, आप देखो हमारी जो बॉडी है, इट्स टोटली हार्मोन ड्रिवन बॉडी। हॉर्मोन्स काम करते हैं अपना। आप ये मानते हो ना इस चीज को, कि मतलब मैं एज ए मेडिको कहती हूँ हमारी बॉडी जो है वो टोटली हार्मोन ड्रिवन है। अगर ये चीज सब मतलब इस चीज पे सब गौर करें, तो ये देखें कि भाई अगर चेंजेस होते हैं इस फेज में, उसके बाद उसको ये भी कहा जाए कि तुम्हें पैरेलली अपने आप को साबित भी करना है। बस ये फेज खत्म होती ही तुम्हें उठ खड़े होना है और अपने आप को फिर साबित करना है उस फील्ड में। और जो तुम्हें मिला है, जो एक गिफ्ट मिला है एक बच्चा, उसको साइड करके एक फील्ड में जाओ। तो यार आप ना इधर के रहते हो ना आप उधर के रहते हो, और आप अपने साथ भी जुल्म कर रहे हो।
लीना, डू यू वांट टू इलैबोरेट ऑन दैट?
आई हैव जस्ट वन सजेशन कि हमें ना अपने माइंडसेट पे बहुत वर्क करना पड़ता है। बट क्या है कि माइंडसेट पे वर्क करना, हम जब एक अर्ली एज में होते हैं, जस्ट हम जब 20s में होते हैं, व्हेन वी आर जस्ट गेटिंग मैरिड, एट दैट टाइम इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल टू वर्क ऑन आवर माइंडसेट्स। यू नो व्हाट हैपेंस व्हेन वी आर जस्ट टीनेजर, वी आर कमिंग अक्रॉस वेरियस इश्यूज दैट आर ऑन फिजिकल सेल्फ वी आर एक्सपीरियंसिंग, उसके थ्रू जाना। देन अगेन व्हेन यू आर गेटिंग इन लाइक end of 20s and you are getting married, at that time you are just understanding your partner, then your family is around, since we are Indians here, तो हमें एक family को भी एक साथ में लेके चलना पड़ता है। But what I realize is when you are giving importance to your biological clock, उस time क्या होता है ना, हमारे पास energy रहती है, we are able to rear kids, हमारी responsibilities होती है ना, हम उसको पूरे तरीके से कर पाते हैं। But क्या होता है कि जब करियर की बात आती है, अगर हम ना अपना एक mindset create कर लें कि अगर मेरे पास अभी ये time है, I'm just preparing myself। देखो, सिंस व्हेन यू आर इनटू दैट फेज ऑफ लाइफ कि आप बेबीज बड़े कर रहे हो, आप घर के काम कर रहे हो, आपको कोई किसी ने नहीं रोका है कि आप अपने ऊपर वर्क करना छोड़ दो। जब हम अपने ऊपर वर्क करना छोड़ देते हैं, दैट इज द टाइम जब हम ना एक डिसअपॉइंटमेंट हमारे आसपास आ जाती है और हम ना इस चीज को हम वर्क नहीं कर पाते, फिर वो आगे वो चीज मैनिफेस्ट होती है। अगर आप अपने माइंडसेट पे ये रखो, आई एम प्रिपेयरिंग माई सेल्फ, अब 5 to 6 years के पास जब मेरे किड्स जब थोड़े एक व्हेन आई विल हैव किड्स इन दिस एज ग्रुप, I'll start working on myself. So this is my formula, or this was my thought process, and I went through that. Of course, I am not to choose particular one field since I was in writing, and then I have this my digital marketing company. So I'm working from home. तो वो issues कभी नहीं आए कि मैं बाहर जाके काम करूँ. तो I never had to choose. But क्या होता है ना, that is not important. Career woman होना ये नहीं कि मैं बाहर जाके ही काम करूँ. आई एम सो मच एम्बिशियस कि मुझे घर पे ही बैठना है, लेकिन मुझे एक अपना नाम चाहिए दुनिया में. आई नीड टू हैव सर्टन. तो अगर वो आप चीज को छोड़ते नहीं हो आफ्टर दिस पॉइंट कि मुझे करना है, मुझे करना है, मुझे करना है, फिर प्रेगनेंसी क्या, फिर घर की रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज क्या, आप अपनी चीज को पूरा कर जाते हो.
So very, very well said, and a very fresh perspective to the entire discussion that we are having over here. कि आप बैलेंस कर सकते हो, आप अपना एक तरफ अपने प्रोफेशनल एस्पिरेशंस को भी फुलफिल कर सकते हो और एक जो दूसरा रोल आपको मिला है वो भी कर सकते हो. So thank you so much, Reena, for sharing your thoughts on this.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It was pleasure talking to you all. Thank you.
It was wonderful listening to everybody and understanding that actually there is a conflict, but there is a way to handle that conflict. If nature has given us something which we can't change, but going through that process and keeping our minds sane is something that we can all tackle as women. So more power to all the women, and may we succeed in our endeavors. Thank you, everyone.